You know the vibes. Welcome back, everybody. This is She and I. I am your host, B Love. And like always, I'm joined here today. She's back from a 2 or 3 week hiatus with a very special guest with me.
India Marie.
Ooh, India Marie and B Love, the husband and wife duo you didn't know you need. But you got us and we are here to stay. This is the best thing to happen on a Tuesday since Monday. Ooh, players mess up. I'm rusty. I took a week off too. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. Give it up for yourself right now. It feels so good to be back and to have y'all with us in 2022. Celebrate.
Oh, Lord.
Good time. Come on. It's 2022.
A lot going on.
We had a whole gang of shit we got to catch y'all up on.
It's been a lot going on.
Listen to me.
Woo! I don't even know where to start. But I'm back.
Happy to be
I'm
here.
refreshed. What has changed?
Don't go there. Don't go there yet.
I'm not going there. I'm
Okay,
just
we got
trying
a
to think of what has
long way to
changed.
go before we get to that
Last
point.
time y'all saw me, I had black hair. Now I got blonde hair.
Look at the queen's hair. Give it up for the hair color.
I got a ponytail.
Nigga, I think, listen, man, when girls get that pony, when they will pull, I don't understand this. Help me figure it out, right? Women out there, you guys will cut your hair completely off your head, bald, like Sweetie right now. It looks great. You cut your hair off bald. Then by, I'm going to say the 4th week, you're like, I can't wait. I want hair back. You will struggle in week 6 to pull that little bit of hair you got on your head. You start doing this. You start fighting for a ponytail. All y'all do it.
You need to put
Don't
your
worry
head back
about
on
me
your
and my
head.
hat. Don't you worry about me and my hat. That's
But
unbearable.
it's been a year. It's been a full year since I last cut my hair. So
She got a ponytail. She couldn't wait to put that old banana apple bomb pineapple up. What's up, man? 2022. Get crunk.
Lord, you don't take it down. Dang,
Excited.
take it
Man,
down.
I'm happy to be back, man. I miss y'all. Sorry.
So I took a break. I was overwhelmed and I didn't feel like doing this. I don't even want to. Yeah, it's been so much that's been going on. So I'll start here.
Take off.
Me personally. So y'all remember the day after Thanksgiving, Barry came down with COVID. So
Whoa.
last time
Slow
I was
down.
on here, Barry kept saying COVID was in here. And so
COVID is out there somewhere.
So, you know, the week after Thanksgiving, Bear was getting over COVID. Then Blake had COVID. Then Alexis, my sister, had COVID. Everybody had COVID. I was in the clear, so I thought. Then, let me see. The week before Christmas, the Saturday before Christmas, I went out with my best friend, Amber. She is getting married.
Party.
And
Shout out
she
to Amber
had
one time.
her bridesmaid proposal weekend, right? And it was beautiful. So, you know,
They
we
had a
went
ball.
dress shopping. We went and looked at bridesmaids' dresses. And then that Saturday, we went to brunch. And that's where she proposed to us, asked us to be her bridesmaids. It was very cute.
Can I stop you?
No, you're not going to be
All right,
stopping
go
me
ahead.
in 2022.
Oh! Talk about it, Queen. No stopping in 2022. Why we gotta wait till 2020 to do this 2022 to start making new rules? But go ahead, girl.
So then we get to brunch, and in my head, I'm just thinking that this is a very calm brunch. I'm thinking that we're getting ready to go to brunch. We went to Stateside Kitchen, and because I'm not outside, I don't know the places that are popping on the weekends. I don't go outside. I don't like outside. Outside is not for me. I like to be inside of my home where I'm safe. So we go to Stateside Kitchen, and we pull up. People are valeting their cars, and all I hear is a DJ. And it's loud. And I'm like, surely this isn't where we're going. It's not even that. It's Ja Rule. It's Ja Rule.
What would I be without you?
Yeah. And I'm just like, what is we go and we're waiting in the hotel lobby. Upstate Side Kitchen.
What's up?
What hotel is that? Is that Dream?
Dream. Whitney sent it to me last night. Shout out to Whitney.
And so we're sitting in the lobby and the DJ is lit. I mean, I'm like, I can't even believe we're in Nashville right now.
You came on talking about it.
The music was just so lit. You know, when you got drinks and you got good music, you know, you just get too comfortable.
The vibes become immaculate.
You just get too comfortable. So we get to our table and it's 12 of us. And of course, we get to our table and I mean, honestly, some of the people that we were with never had their mask on. And so we walk to the table and everybody take their mask off. We order food, we drinking and sipping and the DJ is turned and we just having a good time. So a couple drinks in, the bottles are coming out. Everybody is drunk as a skunk.
Don't nobody know whose cup is whose. At that point, this is our table. Give me a cup.
So
turn me up.
There's a couple of other black people in the restaurant, but we're like the only like big group of black girls at this restaurant.
Well, done. Let me say y'all with the Negroes. Done. Let me say with the Negroes.
You know, you go out to predominantly white establishments in Nashville, and they may play like
I got friends in
black songs,
places,
and then they're back to white songs like 45 minutes to an hour, and then they'll throw in another black song that's like from the window to the wall. So
R.T.
Yeah, yeah. But this DJ,
shit,
what
do you do?
The Baby, he's playing Dolph. He's playing Meg Thee Stallion. And so we in there throwing ass left and right. We got the attention of the whole restaurant at this point.
Why you need some attention? You don't get enough attention at home?
Boy, we wasn't even trying to get attention. We was just having a good time. Y'all know how black girls do.
Debatable.
We just having a good ass time.
Go ahead.
So naturally, because everybody else in the restaurant is drunk, having their own good time.
Yes, they are.
They're coming over to us. At one point, half the restaurant had gotten up and come over with us. And they
form a dance circle around you guys?
No, we was all doing the
Cha-cha slide. Bunny hop. Man,
it wasn't the bunny hop.
Peace to the homie, man. Goodness gracious.
We was all doing the line dance. Everybody had got up, came to our side of the restaurant. We all doing the electric slide. Like, it was just
y'all took it back.
Yeah, and then we were there to like the end of brunch, to the point where the man started playing All My Life, and Amber made all of us get up and two-step like we was walking down the aisle.
All My Life. Oh,
yes.
Shit.
Niggas was drunk out of their mind in there, okay?
Niggas was nigging. Yes, sir.
And so the whole time I'm looking at my other best friend, Ophelia, and I'm like, ain't none of these niggas got on masks. And COVID is out there.
COVID
is out there.
Was in the motherfucking building.
So this is on Saturday. Monday, I have my annual doctor's appointment. And I'm feeling fine. I'm a little tired, but I'm thinking it's just because I'm still overwhelmed from Saturday. Because, I don't go out like that no more. And I'm just overwhelmed. And I just need to sleep. I just need to take a nap.
She thought she was just tired. She just knew she was just a little tired.
That Tuesday.
Yeah.
I get a sore throat. And it's not a scratchy throat. It's a full-blown sore-ass throat. And I'm like, do I have strep throat? Like, what is this? You kept
saying you had strep.
Yeah. And so then I got a little stuffy, like my nose is running. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Uh-oh.
Because it felt like, I don't know, sinus infection or a strep throat.
COVID's here.
Yeah. So Wednesday, I was like, you know what? Since we're going to Mississippi for Christmas, I'm just going to go get a COVID test, just to be on the safe side.
And I appreciate you for doing it too.
So Wednesday morning, I get up, go to my primary care, back to the doctor. I walk in there, they're like, Miss Cynthia, you're back. I'm like, I'm back. I need a COVID test. So they give me a COVID test. My COVID test comes back positive. I am in the doctor's office boo-hooing.
She called me on the phone. And every time you get fellas, you gotta feel me. When your woman calls you and the first word out of her mouth is not a word, it's like a breath, and you know the vibe, she called you, you pick up, your heart sinks. If your woman calls you and that's the first sound you hear, everybody knows that feeling. So I was like, oh shit, what just happened?
So I test positive for COVID. And
I'm positive. I said, oh hell. But I know why she was upset.
then we got to go through the whole shebang again. Well, Bear, you should probably go get tested again. Alexis, you should probably go get tested again. Because, again, my symptoms weren't even like what they had just had 2 weeks ago.
Hell no. It was nothing like
it. was nothing like what they had. And so...
she was down. I was shocked.
I was just like... It still didn't feel like COVID. I felt sick as hell. I just didn't feel like I had COVID. So I didn't lose my taste and smell. I never got a fever. I never got the chills and the aches, the body aches. I didn't get none of that. I just had a sore throat. I was hella stuffy. And that's like the gist of what I had. But I was feeling like that for a long ass time. Like,
you kept saying you had a sinus infection too.
Yeah. It's like the symptoms were mild, but I felt like that for like 7 or 8 days. And I was like, bro, what the... Like, it never takes me this long to get over anything.
Yeah.
And so I was very sad. So I spent Christmas in quarantine.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
By myself. Alexis stayed here to help. I don't know how much of a help she was because, like I said, I was sick, but I wasn't damn bad to where I couldn't do things for myself. And I prefer to do things. I mean, I like to say that I like help, but I prefer to do things myself.
It's funny
when it comes to stuff like that.
It's funny too, because man, so when it all happened, I knew why the tears came. When she called me, I'm like, damn. This is all happening on the 22nd. This is all happening on December 22nd. So I was like, wow, you cannot go to Mississippi. And we had already planned to leave on New Year's Eve. We have a Christmas at our house for Blake on the 23rd. And we travel on the 24th. And we have a Christmas in Mississippi on December 25th. When she began to cry, my mind automatically starts to like go in hyperdrive, trying to figure out how can I make sure everybody gets adequate time and everybody is okay. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want her to feel like she's missing out on something. I didn't want us to like go to Mississippi and leave her behind. I really felt bad the whole time. When we went to Mississippi, I felt awful because we had just, it's funny, transparent moment. We had just got done with a marriage counseling session, and I think therapist Jenkins. I'm going to tell him about that too. Shout out to my man. I got a new one. JM. His name is, I'm not going to tell you his name, but JM. This is his initials. Cool guy. Anyway, we doing marriage counseling, right? And he had just said, you know, Barrett, it's kind of how he talks. You know, Barrett, one day it's going to come a time where you're going to have to come to your wife. Matter of fact, what if your wife calls you one day and she says, I want you to take off work? I'm like, well, shit, let's go. I got excited. No. One day, it's going to come a time where she's going to call you and ask you to take off work, and it's not going to be for fun times. I'm like, man, whatever. I said, I'll do it. I thought that
so honestly, we had our therapy session that Tuesday,
yeah,
that my symptoms started. And so when I found out the next day that I had COVID and he was still planning to go to Mississippi, I honestly felt like it was a test and he failed it. Like, that was what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, he completely failed the fucking test. Because I was like, he very clearly did not choose me. Because I feel like it was a matter of him... Like, he was like, well, I'm going to come back on Sunday so that you're only by yourself 2 days.
One day.
But I don't want to disappoint my mom and not do Christmas with her either. That's how I was feeling in the moment. Okay. So I was like really, really frustrated. But I mean, it was fine because I wouldn't have been able to really be around Blake anyway.
Right.
Although I probably could have, because again, they had just had COVID 2 weeks ago.
See, listen, man. Omarion out here, I don't know what he doing. You feel me? I don't necessarily know how it works. We all got tested again, and I did it because we were unsure. You know, back in the day, you get the regular COVID, the COVID 1.0, you were good if you got it for the next, 90 days or something, 6 months.
Now, mind
had
you,
the antibodies.
We
now,
all did.
I don't know.
We all did rapid tests. And you know, they keep saying with this new variant, it takes like a couple of days for your positive result to show up on the rapids. You have to have so much of the virus in your system for it to pop up. And it's just different than the other variants. But with mine, like the nurse came back in. She was like, yeah, it's positive. It came up immediately. I was like, oh, I really fucking got it.
Ain't no way around it. Well, you had it.
My best friend Amber, the bride, she also had it. And her first test came up negative, and she went back the next day and tested again, and that's when she tested positive. So she had to stay home for, honestly, y'all, it was 12 of us.
And you know what's so crazy?
7 of the 12 had COVID after that weekend.
So listen, I ended up going to Amber's spot that night.
Yeah, that Saturday night.
And I couldn't resist. They had hookah. I'm almost like a thought when it comes to hookah. If you got it, give me a tip. Let me dip. So I was sitting there smoking the hookah with the homegirls. I probably wasn't supposed to be there, but Amber's my sister. She was like, help yourself. So I did. And I'm sitting there like, damn, everybody in there had COVID.
Everybody in there had COVID.
We just passing around
100%. Like we had all had COVID at that point.
We passed around.
And it's crazy because so that was that Saturday, and then Sunday rolled around. Monday, when Barry got off work, our plan, because we hadn't really done, normally we would have knocked out every Christmas activity and light show in Nashville.
We got to talk about that. We got to talk about that.
And we had not done anything. So the week of Christmas came.
We did one thing.
Barrett had a little bit more flexibility with his job because, you know, he started a new job in October. So he hasn't had the flexibility that he had with his old job because he's been in the office. And so the week of Christmas, he had more flexibility. So we was like, all right, we're going to hit Opry. We're going to hit Cheekwood. We're going to hit the light show. We're going to do all of these things. Every day we had an activity planned, right? And so.
Facts.
Monday, we go.
Where we go?
To Lebanon.
The worst.
What's the name of it?
The Dancing Lights of Tennessee or Lebanon.
The Dancing Lights of whatever was the worst fucking experience that I have ever experienced.
I almost wanted to say cancel Christmas because I hate it. I turned into a Scrooge, the Grinch, on the spot.
So we pull up. And we see a lot of cars, but we're just not understanding like the magnitude of like the number of cars that are actually there.
We don't know.
So we pull in, bust a right, drive around, and it is a fucking maze of cars.
Oh
like when I say it's just zigzags and zigzags of cars.
Going and 2 it never miles per hour.
Ends.
We try and listen. Every family knows, right? When you're in situations like that, traffic, when you had an accident, you try not to get mad at the person. So I can tell it was tension in the car, but it wasn't from us. We did a good job keeping it cool. Cause we were both sitting there like, man, at any moment, shit could go left right now. I looked at you and we were hungry. We didn't eat before we left because we thought, go through here, hour max. Knock it out, stop and get something to eat.
We waited in line.
Whoa. We left at 6 and got done at what time?
We waited in line for almost 2 hours.
2.5. We went to Five Guys. I was so hungry, man. I needed a double cheese. I just wanted some grease. We went to Five Guys. It was 9:38.
You know what? I was sick then.
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
I was sick then. I didn't even realize it. So he was like, well, do you want some fries from Five? Like, do you want anything?
I was trying to turn her up because I'm like, we're going to make the best of it.
I'm so like frustrated from being in this line and I'm so fucking hungry.
We want to kill each other and everybody else.
I'm not realizing like as we're sitting in the car, like I'm really not feeling good. But I just chalked it up to me being annoyed at the fact that we had to wait so long to drive through Christmas lights that were pretty fucking underwhelming to me.
Man, and we paid $30.
And so when we left Five Guys, I was like, just drive me over to Walmart so that I can get a can of soup.
Shit was crazy, man.
I got a can of soup and ate it for dinner the next day.
I'm like, why are you so hungry and you want a can of soup? It never hit me at that time that her throat was hurting. And she was like, I just need something hot on my... I mean, you better get these fries. I can take you to get a vegan burger or some shit like that, but you better get on these fries with us.
So that, honestly, that just goes to show like how fast the new variant really kicks in, because I was just around people on Saturday, and by Monday night, I was already feeling bad.
It was in the building.
So... That's why I said, like, there's so many people saying, like, oh, I just have a cold. I just have a scratchy throat. Like, no, go get tested for COVID. Y'all are out here bullshitting.
I feel like it has a negative stigma attached to it. I think that if you get COVID, if you contract COVID at this point, you think that somebody's going to classify you as being dirty or unsafe or something like that. Nah, man, I just want to know you got it. So you can be safe and I can be safe and we can stay the hell away from each other.
You know what?
I don't think you're unclean at all. Now, if you come back and tell me you got syphilis, then I might look at you a certain way.
Well, it's crazy because I have a friend in Detroit. Her name is Charity, and she actually talks about that on her Instagram story.
I'm going to talk about
a couple days after I had already tested positive. So, like, I told her that I had COVID, and then, like, Christmas Day, she called me and told me that she had just gotten her test results back, and she was literally getting dressed to go leave her house to go to her family's dinner, and she had just gotten her PCR results back, and she was positive for COVID. So she was also sick, but she was also just thinking that she had a cold. And so she talked about it on her story, like she was just talking about her symptoms and stuff, and she was like, you know, I feel like when people come down with COVID, other people make you feel like
you did something wrong.
Like it's almost like an STD. It's like other people make you feel terrible for having it, and they don't have to necessarily say anything. It's in their demeanor. And then in turn, it makes you feel like
you gotta hide
it, which you shouldn't be hiding it. You should be telling people like, hey, I tested positive for COVID, because really, you're fucking trifling if you don't.
You're a spreader. And the only things I'm trying to spread is legs. I ain't trying to spread COVID with these legs in particular.
And you can't say like, well, it's nobody's business if I have COVID, but it is. And I think that is the point that people are missing in this pandemic. Like, it is your lack of care for humanity. It's like your lack of care and empathy for others.
Yeah.
We are living in a very selfish society right now.
Yeah.
People only want to think about themselves and the good time that they can have themselves.
Let the good time roll.
And nobody wants to think about how they can help others.
Man, so listen, all right. I told myself before I got on this mic, I said, Barrett, B-Love, listen to me. Don't come on this mic and start talking nonstop about Will Smith's book. But I'm not gonna do it. But I am gonna say, in Will Smith's book, he talks about his grandmother Gigi a lot, and how her whole point in life is to live like God and do for other people. I suggest, if you have not read Will, go out there and get you a copy. Continue.
No, it's Bear listens to books on audiobooks. That's the only way he'll read a book. He listens to it on audiobooks.
I read through my ears.
But it was recommended to me that his book is a book that you should get on audiobook, just because he's the one that's telling the story.
I couldn't put it. I'm gonna listen to it again.
I like to fill my pages, but I will probably get the audiobook along with the book and just read it along that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because like I said, I like to have my, like, honestly, whenever it's time for us to move out of our house, I want like the biggest fucking bookshelf.
No, we get a medium size one. Now we get a big one, but we get a medium size.
But I want a bookshelf. Barry knows that, because right now my books are just stacked in random places all over the floor.
Garage, floor, kitchen. You know where my books are? Right there on this handy dandy phone. Keep them right there.
But,
now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was trying to think of, so, you know, like every year at the start of a new year, they're like, "What's your word for the year?" Like, and
I didn't know people asked that.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, like what is your word for the year? Like what is the one thing that is your word? Like, do you want to heal this year? Do you want to like all other
go ahead,
whatever speaks to your life and the things you want to do for the year. And I was sitting there thinking the other day, I was like, I don't even know what I want my word to be for 2022 because the past couple of years I just feel like
last year.
I didn't even after like 2020.
Nigga don't never put a word up.
Yeah, after 2020, my expectations for things just kind of went out the window. Because it's good to be a planner, but at the end of the day, there are still certain things that are written in your life that you're gonna go through regardless.
You can make a plan, but somebody else has the ultimate say.
Yeah, I feel like 2020 and 2021, it's like there was like some big like life-changing moments that happened in my life that just caused a lot of like grief and sadness. And not saying that I'm expecting that for 2022 as well.
Going up.
I just don't want to put too much thought into it. Like I want it to flow. So whatever is supposed to happen next year, will just happen.
Hey, listen up, though. What's the word? We hear you saying, think of a word right now for 2022. Give us a word.
Well, that's what I was saying. I don't know like what the word would be. Basically, I just want to give. Like I want to get more involved in community work. I want to see how like more ways that I can be of service to others. Nice. Because if you're just on this earth living for yourself, you will never fulfill the purpose that God has given for you. Yeah, you will never fulfill whatever your God-given purpose. He don't give us these things to keep it to ourselves. So if you're only serving yourself, you are not fulfilling what God has for your life.
That's how you feel? That's how you dropping it off?
That is my personal goal for 2022. Who can I help? In what ways can I invest my time and resources into the community? Because I would say like maybe the past couple of years, I felt like I couldn't do much because of like a money thing. But then 2021 taught me that you don't have to give with money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I be saying about tithing, man. Every preacher be like, tithing 10%. Is tithing 10% of the money? 10% of myself? Like, what exactly am I giving 10% of? But neither mess, neither here nor there. I can go deep on that.
Yeah,
I can go deep.
But when it comes to tithes, I don't necessarily think that you should. If you're involved in a church.
Okay.
If you are involved in a church and you are a member of that church, I do not think there's anything wrong with you tithing.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
Because at the end of the day, the church that the building that you're worshiping under is a blessing. The pastor that you've chosen is a blessing. That you are trusting that person to deliver God's word to your life. Now, this is if you are religious,
Yes,
and that's what you do. So I don't think there's anything wrong with you tithing to give back to the church, to your place of worship, because who else is going to pay for it? I also don't think people may disagree with me, but I don't think anybody should have to work for free if it's something that they're good at.
That's straight up.
So whether the pastor doesn't get his money from the church, he gets it through like motivational speaking or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's something that you're good at now, we've heard way too many stories of pastors abusing their power. That is not what I'm talking about. But I do believe that there are some genuine spirited pastors and speakers of the word out there.
So your word is going to be
your discernment. Because I walked in the church before and was like, hell no, I'm never coming back here again.
Out this. So your word is giving, right?
Yeah.
Give or giving, either one. What will be your first thing or your first act of giving? Do you have something in mind already?
So I was going to go to Miami for my birthday.
We didn't even... Hold on.
It's my birthday week and I have no plans.
We didn't even say a happy birthday to India at the 30-minute mark. I want y'all to stop the podcast right now and go DM India, write it on her page, and tell her happy early birthday.
Because my birthday is on Saturday. My birthday is on January 8th. I'm a Capricorn. It's the best
Yikes.
Zodiac.
I don't know. I ain't saying all
and
that.
all the signs.
I don't know what the best Zodiac is.
But I had plans to go to Miami, and when I caught COVID,
shook her up.
It did, and half the people that were going on the trip with me were with Amber and I. And so we had already experienced COVID. But they've already said that even if you're vaccinated, the Omarion doesn't care about your vaccination status, okay?
Omarion wants y'all to stop saying this shit.
I just didn't want to risk, the other girls who haven't had COVID already, them possibly going down there. Because I honestly, at this point, I could probably go down there, go to the club, go to the lounges or whatever and shake life. Because like I said, I just got over it. But just to be mindful of the other girls that I'm going with, I just didn't feel safe doing it anymore. And that ain't the only thing that's out there. Niggas is sick with the flu.
Man. Listen, everything is out there.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to be married right now because I'm telling you, I believe you young ladies out there giving away COVID coochie. I think it's something in the water. I feel like the same people who are out here in the club and they know they got COVID or they know they may be a little bit sick, you can go raw and they don't even care. They let you run in that thing RAW.
That's disgusting. So anyways, I canceled my Miami trip the day that I found out that I had COVID. So I no longer have any birthday plans. And so I said that for my birthday, I'm going to volunteer somewhere. I'm just trying to work out the logistics since Blake will be back home.
It's dope.
Yeah.
I did make her a dinner reservation, but I don't know. I'm going to have to switch it around because I don't know when Blake is coming back. Blake is not here. The homeboy's still in Mississippi holding it down. We're going to pick him up soon. Now.
I might go to Moto.
Well, shit, put me
I looked online.
That's my favorite restaurant. I ain't been.
I looked online. And as of today, they do have reservations open on my birthday. So I was trying to see if I wanted to grab my girlfriend since they were originally going to celebrate with me, or if I just wanted to go with just you. I'll probably just go with you. I'm not really in the mood for being around groups right now.
You go with the homegirls, I'm okay. I like my peace. Protect your peace. I like my peace. Or
I might go by myself.
There you go. There you go. What's the right answer?
And I said that I know a girl who every year for her birthday, she takes herself out to dinner. Like she just goes to a restaurant and she's married. She has a baby. And every year, she's always done this. So every year for her birthday, she takes herself out to eat. And I'm sure her husband takes her out to eat too at some point, but she takes herself out to eat for her birthday. And I was talking to her about it last year. I was like, I think I wouldn't do that one year. She was like, oh, you absolutely should. She was like, I love it. I never skip a year. And so I don't know. I might.
You also said you were taking yourself to get a facial.
I am.
She is selfish. How many things has she said she wanted to do by herself? But it's your birthday.
I mean, it is my birthday. And what I originally wanted to do, I'm already sad because I was like, my birthday's in January. The weather always sucks in Nashville.
She was ready to go to Miami. She had a thong, bikini, and everything.
And I was like...
I said, damn, you don't wear thongs in the house. But you finna wear one outside.
Shut up. And so...
It's crazy.
I was really looking forward to the sand between my toes, the sunshine on my skin, and...
You know what they say, right? Toes in the sand. Drink in my hand, but you're gonna be in cold ass Nashville would be loving the gang. Give it up. Give it up. Now listen, I don't want to get off of India having COVID because it's one important fact that she missed. So y'all know, November, we said, I came down with the virus. I had it, but I was okay. The whole entire time when I had it, I didn't want to give it to my wife. I voluntarily slept on the couch. That's what I did. I gave her the bedroom. I slept on the couch. So technically, I wasn't quarantined because I was on the couch in the living room where everybody has to walk through and pass through, right? So I get back home, thinking I'm finna get the same respect. When I got home, I thought she would move to the couch and I would move to the bedroom. Wrong. Soon as I got home, she gave me a blanket and a pillow. It said, here you go again, brother. Something's wrong here. So I had to sleep on the couch both times.
Yeah. And the difference
Make it make sense.
He had COVID. He didn't believe he had COVID. So he literally only quarantined for like 2 days because he was at the end of it.
Bruh, I
found out on like day 1 of symptoms that I had COVID. So he slept on the couch for my whole quarantine.
And I'm trying to take care of her. And I heard it's so listen. So I got friends, right? I'm trying to take care of Indy. You know what I'm saying? Doing the best that I can. She's picky. So all of a sudden, I went to hang out with one of the homeboys over the weekend. And I was saying, man, I need to call India on the way back home to make sure she doesn't want anything to eat. He was like, yeah, man, she told me you ain't been feeding her nothing but soup. And I said, you nigga. You already telling somebody what's going on. My thing is
I talked to my homeboy Chris because me and Chris both had it. Me and Chris came down with COVID on the same day. And so he was in quarantine and his wife is pregnant. She's almost due. So he had to really quarantine. He went to a whole nother house.
My boy had to leave, you feel me? But my thing is, damn. If you didn't like my soup, why couldn't you just tell me?
No, because I did. First of all, why do I have to listen? Who the fuck wants to eat soup for 10 days?
Bro,
let me tell you. The only reason why we got on that conversation is because I forgot what I asked him. He was like, it's Slick been being here because he went to quarantine at his mom's house. And his mom had been cooking him like all the meals. And his mom is Indian, I think. And
Jamaican,
when I say
Jesus Christ. Go ahead, keep
Jamaican
going.
and Indian.
All right, keep going.
Regardless, she cooks.
Yeah.
She got the curry chicken, the curry, like she got all the food. And so he been cooking. I said, damn, I wish I had some home cooked meals over here. I ain't eating shit but canned soup.
That's what I'm saying, but I got her the best of the best. It was organic canned soup. So I'm thinking to myself, she about to bust it down. She over telling people I'm malnourishing her. Like, wow. What are we doing here?
And
I thought I was doing my thing.
One night, I'm hungry, starving.
Yeah.
Again, had a can of soup. And I was like, Bear, I want some real food. Like, I want some real food.
What'd I do?
And it was like 9:30. And I was like, can you fix me something to eat? And he was like, are you serious? Yes, nigga.
9:30. I'm like, bro, you should have ate a long time ago.
So he was in the kitchen cooking me some skillet potatoes.
Oh, talk about it.
Some zucchini.
Okay.
And a turkey burger.
And what happened?
I ate all of it. I was starving.
What happened though? What did you say about him? Come on.
Oh, his skillet potatoes. So So I'm complaining about him not cooking me real food, but he is not a great chef.
Whoa. You're not gonna sit up here on this podcast and lie to the people.
So he don't be cooking like that.
Come over to the crib, man. I got
on the seasonings and stuff. But
because I don't use smoked paprika.
He cooked these skillet potatoes with these onions. And when I say they were cooked to perfection.
Come on, man. Give it up for B-Love one time.
They were so good. I was like, I can't even believe that you cooked this.
She thought I got it out of a restaurant. I mean, she thought I went to a store and got this shit.
So, out of my 10-day quarantine, I think I got cooked food from him.
For me, yeah.
Once.
But hey, I did it one time and knocked it out of the park, though.
Out of 3 meals a day.
I knocked it out of the park. Sometimes all it takes is one. Now, that one time, listen, though.
No.
That one time is embedded in your memory bank.
Because this podcast will release on a Tuesday. So I'm going to talk as if today is Tuesday. We got therapy today. We got therapy today. And I'm going to bring it up to the therapist.
That's okay. You know what I forgot to hit the button because I got something to say real fast before we move on, which I thought was super funny. And I want all the fellas out there to go ask their lady the same question that I asked my wife.
During the week, we got deep. Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
I'm sorry I didn't hit the button sooner, but you get the vibes. We were on a roll. So I was listening to another one of my favorite podcasts, and they were talking about, man, there's a bunch of cool dude shit. Just kind of talking back and forth. And then I heard them ask the question. I heard them make a comment, and I asked India to comment. So the comment is this, right? Ask your lady, fellas, if we were to ever separate, look at her. Look at her laughing already. She's smiling. She's blushing right now. If we were to ever separate, do you have the next guy already in mind? And this is what happened. This nigga started to blush. I said, whoa. Hold the hell up. So you mean to tell me you already got one on the bench anyway? She already has the thought. Listen, the guy might not even be on the bench right now, but she knows.
No, there's nobody on the bench because I'm a married woman.
Exactly, but you know who you calling up from the G League. Scotty. She knows who she's calling up already. I expected her for real. When I asked the question, I expected her to be like, don't ask me shit like that. No, stop playing. I got a whole different answer. This is what I got.
I mean,
fellas out there, if you're brave,
here's the thing.
Ask your girl that question and record it and send it to me.
I want to see it. That I'm not a bad looking person.
That's not what I asked though. I said,
I'm a good person in general. So,
but do you know the person? Do you know the person?
I only think about that kind of stuff. I only think about that kind of stuff.
Don't get mad, fellas, when she tells you, when she answers.
I only think about that kind of stuff when we're like really into it. Like if we're really going through it, I'm like,
damn, I should have stayed with Brandon 3.
Brandon 3. No, I would have never stayed with no Brandon that I've ever dated. Okay.
She would have said
absolutely not.
So when I asked her that, and I was shocked because she laughed and she smiled. So my next question was, so who is it? And instead of her saying, man, go on here, she laughed even harder. So I'm like, oh, I gotta figure out who this guy is. I need to go on Instagram and see what she's been liking.
No.
Because obviously, and the laugh gets loud. You see what I'm saying?
What? First of all, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you who the person would be.
I mean, you know him, but just don't tell me. That's cool. I might have.
You probably got somebody.
Don't play with me, Queen. It's only you. Don't act like that. Come on now. Don't act like that. You know, come on, girl. But I like, damn, we never had that talk about if we were to separate, like you know, you already got somebody else in mind. You probably, I know as soon as it happens, DM. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Hey.
So here's why I think. Here's why I think that type of conversation was had on their podcast, because
they were just playing.
As like attractive women, or I mean, really just women in general, it does not matter a lot of times if you're married. Guys will see the ring on your finger clear as day and will still approach you. Same with women.
Yeah, women shoot.
Women shoot knowing that the guy is married. And the person that might be approaching you may look like he has it together. He may look like an attractive guy. And you just may have to respond and be like, I'm sorry, I'm married. But in the back of your head, you be like, damn, well, shit, if I wasn't married, maybe we would. You know, maybe I would have given you my number.
This is crazy. I never thought she would do something like this.
That's not crazy. We've talked about this before, not being blind to other people's attractiveness, right? Because when you see somebody, that's the first thing that you notice. How they look, how they're dressed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, sorry, I can't help you. I'm married. In the back of your head, you might be like, but if he ever cheats on me, I got you.
See what I'm saying? But listen, you said something that I got to talk about real fast. I'm going to come back to this too. You made a hell of a point. Women shoot a shot at married men. Men will shoot a shot at a married woman. Mm-hmm. The difference is something I outlined a long time ago. If a man shoots a shot at you, being a married woman, he's not trying to take you from your husband. He's just trying to get in your drawers. And now he's thinking that, damn, it's easy because he got to deal with you on the marriage end. All I got to do is deal with you on the end of this penis. For men, if a lady...
think that every guy that tries to talk to you is only trying to talk to you because he wants to get in your pants?
If he knows that you're married and you tell him, if you tell a guy that you're married and he continues to pursue you after that.
Well, see, I've never had a guy continue to pursue me because, like I said, it depends on how you respond to them.
There you go. That's what I was about to get to.
So you make it very clear, like, hey, ain't no funny business over here. I'm sorry, like we just can't do this. They're not gonna keep approaching you.
All right, I got you, and you're right. But if you leave a crack, a sliver of hope, the guy will then continue to approach you. But at that time, he's like, man, she's married, and I can tell. But you know, if I can get in them draws, like, why not keep going? Flip side, girl approaches a married guy. And this is what I feel like. Correct me if I'm wrong. I really believe that woman in the back of her mind thinks that she can take the man, or she's trying to take the man away from his wife. That's what she hopes. She's hoping. Now, I'm not saying it all the time, but about 70% of the time, a woman dealing with a married guy may think or hope she can take him from his wife. With a man, I'm just trying to get you out of them panties on that side.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't know. Sometimes, like, especially now, maybe like when we were younger, but like as I'm older and like older men approach me and I have to tell them that I'm married, I don't think they just want... I don't think it's just approaching me for sex.
Yeah, like, I ain't trying to deal with that. You got too much going on. Like, I'm good, queen.
And for a single woman to approach a married man thinking to, with the intention to take the married man away from his wife.
I don't think that's her sole intention at the time, but yeah.
But it's going to
go down that aisle.
For instance, if you're single and you're listening to this, that's never a good idea, especially if the man has kids, because it's going to be far more drama and it's going to take you way longer to get the man completely to yourself. For sure. Now, I'm riding with you. And then I even know of situations where the man has stepped out on the wife, cheated, had a side baby, and guess what he did? He still took his ass back to his wife. Even if the wife doesn't accept him back, he still didn't end up with the person that he had the baby with.
We got to talk about side babies too. I want to talk about insecure, but we'll talk about that because we're running out of time on the next episode of She and I Podcast. So yeah, I want y'all to be a big man today and ask your wife, who do you got somebody in mind we ever separate? Just ask her. Just see what happens. She's gonna blush and smile. Cause this nigga got somebody, and I'm gonna figure out who it is.
No.
And once I figure out who it is, I'm gonna let y'all know. There's some suitors out there for me too. I see y'all ladies.
I'm not looking for other guys.
I hope not. In the meantime, I'm sorry.
No, nothing.
All right. I see she love this.
Now unqualified advice from B-Love and B-Love's relationTIP.
I got the keys. This week, B-Love's relationTIP is brought to you by the smooth taste of Bang. I was on that Bang New Year's Eve, and I had a ball. So get you a Bang, man. Anyway, neither here nor there. Let me get to my relationTIP. My relationTIP this week stems from something that happened New Year's Eve. That's why I brought that up. New Year's Eve came about, and Corona was in the building. So we stayed in the house. I was like, okay, cool. What are we going to do?
Luckily, COVID hit me at just the right time
for
me to come out of the room on New Year's Eve.
She tested negative. She was out. She was among the people. You were among the living at that point.
And Alexa still don't trust me. She's still walking around the house with her mask on.
But she got to get vaccinated too, though. She got to get out of here.
But she is like... No, she doesn't.
This is the vaccine machine over here.
It literally doesn't matter. The vaccinated people is the one who caught it first, not the unvaccinated.
You sound crazy. Go ahead, keep going.
That was the case in our house.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I don't think it matters. But yeah, I had Alexis is still walking around the house with her mask on because she is so like scarred from when she had COVID. Granted, she did have it far worse than Beard and I had it.
She was about to be out of here.
She wasn't. She was just very sick. She was very sick.
I was scared. Now listen up. So during this time, I had to improvise. And I don't know if I ever said this before, but fellas out there and ladies too, I feel like you should restore the feeling in your household by going to buy a classic ass board game and playing it with your significant other. I feel like it was a good bonding experience between India and I because I bought Monopoly. And I was like, at first, I had my reservations because I take Monopoly serious, right? And it sucks when you have to go play a game with somebody who can't play it, or they're going to ask 1,000,001 questions. Right?
I already told him, I said, I have never in my life finished a game of Monopoly. Like, it takes so long. And I haven't played Monopoly in decades. Like, I can't remember the last time I played Monopoly.
So she had all type of reservations when I pulled it out. Monopoly? How you even end this game? This game never ends. I ain't never seen nobody lose Monopoly. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to show you how to play it. I've seen it happen before. So she's sitting on the couch. I thought she was about to go to sleep. My girl stayed up. Now, how do you feel about the game now?
Well, last night I was actually gonna tell him to run it back,
but
I got sleepy.
See?
I don't know. We might play again tonight.
She was like, shit. I said, what you finna go to sleep? Nah, man, you want to run that Monopoly back? I was like, let's go. I was excited. Needless to say, we have to get out of our comfort zone this year, man. Play something new with your woman. Go explore something you never explored before. Take her somewhere. Do something you never did. And just be kids again. Have fun. I felt like we were having fun. And when we got done with Monopoly, it made everything a little better, if you know what I mean. Because shit was just fun. It felt like we had took it back. Because back in the day, we ain't had no responsibilities.
We did used to play board games like all the time.
And it was just easy. It was like a lack of thought and a lack of care.
Let me tell you this. So honestly, the way that I've looked at the past 2 weeks, I feel like God has been screaming to me, like, be more intentional with your time, disconnect, like, tune into me, like, focus on, like, your family, your surroundings, and all that. Because on New Year's Eve,
talk about it.
Our fucking TV went out. Okay? We have other TVs in the house, but we were downstairs because it was me, Baird, and Alexis, and our TV downstairs went out. So we were planning to turn the TV on. We probably would have watched the movie, but honestly, I find that when we start watching movies, we're still like, scrolling the phone, checking the phone every now and then, doing stuff we shouldn't be doing while we're watching the movie and supposed to be like connecting. That day, randomly, and granted it did like storm, but earlier that day, our power in our neighborhood randomly went out. Like, just randomly went out. When it went out, it blew our TV downstairs.
I was pissed.
So we couldn't watch no ball drop on TV, no, like, nothing, because we wasn't going to sit in the bedrooms all night. So Monopoly came in clutch because we were playing that for like 3 hours. So we played Monopoly right into the new year.
We did. Then we kissed on the mouth. Mwah. But anyway, do something new, man. Have a good time 2022. She said her word is giving or give. My word is to create. It's going to create more, man. More content, more stuff, more videos, more podcasts. But listen, more life. That's what it's all about. More everything on your head top. Give it up for me one time. India, You're not ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Let her upgrade you. What would India do?
Ho! WWID. What would India do in 2022? Kick it!
My wife has COVID and another guy is visiting her.
Come on, man.
I'm away at a police training academy for 6 months and my wife got COVID and went to the ER. I can't go to see her since I'm 5 hours away. If I leave, I can't restart the academy and I'd have to wait another year to reapply. And the hospital has restrictions on visitors. She's in stable condition, but on medications, possibly making her more emotional. She was talking to this guy about our marriage issues, which were resolved months ago. And this guy was out of the picture for 3 months. So I guess the guy hasn't been around for 3 months. They had issues surrounding that. She said they didn't do anything other than talk. He reached out to her asking if she's okay and offered to bring her some food. She asked me if it was okay if he could come by. I told her exactly how I felt and didn't want him to drop by. And she replied, I'm not going to do anything. Obviously, she in the hospital. She just wanted the food since the hospital food is garbage.
COVID coochie is out
She
there.
said, if you wanted to make it down here, you would have found a way. Then she said she didn't mean anything by that. She knows I'm doing this job to pay bills. I'm in a hard spot and I'm trying to emotionally act in the right direction, but can't keep myself from slipping out of wanting to punch this guy in the face. What should I do? Your wife is being ridiculous. So... Granted, I understand the hospital food is garbage, but if y'all have already had issues around her talking to this guy, she should be respectful of that. Surely you guys have a friend, a family member, a coworker, somebody that can go to the hospital to drop her off some food other than this guy. Like on Christmas when I had COVID, I had 2 friends come and bring me food.
The community
pulled
through.
Was not here. Charity came over, brought me a plate. She was with her husband, Philip, Bear's best friend. Philip even took the trash out for us. You know what I'm saying? So, but these are our friends. So surely there's somebody other than this man that y'all have clearly had issues with bringing her food. Quite frankly, since y'all are married, y'all have already had issues surrounding this man, she shouldn't be communicating with him. Like, if he reached out to her to check on her because she had COVID, granted, she probably put it on Facebook. He probably reached out to her and checked on her, but it should have, like, been left at, hey, I'm fine. You know, I'm getting better. I'm trying to get better. And then when he offered to bring her food, all she had to say was, I'm okay.
You know what? I'm gonna even go further than that. I got one simple solution for my guy who's in the military or who's in the police academy. I didn't even think about this. Tell her, don't have that guy bring you food, or if you do, we're gonna have some problems. But my man, the solution to your problem, they make it. They make a solution. It's called DoorDash.
Yeah, DoorDash, Uber Eats.
They make a solution to your problem. So while she's laying up in the hospital bed wanting some food, I was gonna do that for her. You know, my auntie told me that you should look at DoorDash if India can't get food. I'm like, God damn, thank you, auntie. I ain't think about that. She told me that shit. I'm like, how do you know about DoorDash? But then my next thing was, man, DoorDash $30 a pop, even to get the food.
Yeah, we gotta go to therapy. This is shit I'm talking about. This is literally what the fuck I'm talking about.
This is for comedic purposes only, y'all. I would have got her at DoorDash. I got all the Christmas gifts she can handle. All the panties, all the pajamas. Anyway, carry on.
That has nothing to do with you bringing me food.
I would have afforded it.
COVID.
I'm saying I would have paid for it. It was a joke. Keep going.
I was done.
Okay. My man, DoorDash it up. There it is. I'm sorry you're going through that at the police academy, though. But
now, I don't know, like, if you DoorDash, I feel like somebody has to come down to the hospital. Like, they're not just going to let the DoorDash person up to the... Especially if she's in a COVID unit. So,
oh, yeah, you got a good point.
Somebody would probably have to be in the room with her to come downstairs to get the DoorDash.
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever. Or she could have just asked somebody in the hospital.
She got a friend, man. Yeah, she got a
friend
something. Or a receptionist or something. She got somebody.
But regardless, all that comes, like, what that comes down to is respecting your marriage.
She likes
at
that
this
dude,
point
though.
in time, she's kind of showing you that she doesn't respect you in the marriage. Because I feel like if there's something or someone that your significant other doesn't feel comfortable with, that's like you should respect that. This is one of the things that we talked about in marriage. Like, your spouse comes before everything.
Yeah, we just talked about that in marriage counseling too.
And literally, your spouse comes before everything. So
we talked about it.
You looks like y'all got some conversations to be had.
Hey man, pray Godspeed. All right. Guess what? We have come to the end of the episode. Man, it feels so good to be back. I can't stop hitting these buttons because I'm just so excited. Now listen, We're recording this episode a little early, man, and I'm pissed off. I tell y'all, man, I'm probably going to lose fantasy football from one damn player on the other side. Jamar Chase, man, got 60 points. One player. That's nothing you can do about it. Anyway, we hope y'all have a phenomenal week. We hope y'all enjoyed the episode. And man, like always, we have to let gratitude be our attitude. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for bearing with us. We're going to get bigger. We're going to get better. And we're going to do it because of you. India, tell the people where they can find you.
India.Marie on Instagram. Also, go to YouTube. Click the subscribe button. Go to Apple. Leave us a 5-star review. The more you review, rate us, leave comments, the easier it is for people to find us.
Yeah, man, we still want to go on a tour too, man, but we got some stuff cooking, so we got to figure that one out.
And COVID is out there. I ain't doing nothing till these cases go back down.
I'm trying. You can find me at BLove1911. Also follow She and I Podcast on Instagram. I know I haven't posted in about a week and a half. I'm going to get back to it this week. Also, leave us a message at SheandIPodcast@gmail.com. We love to hear from you. We love your stories, and man, thank you. But like always, it's been real. It's been fun. I out.